Started writing in lockdown, and we got a lot of ideas when we were walking, and then we'd go home and sit down on the couch and start typing them out. In about 2021 we started looking for a publisher, and we found Cuba Press, and so then over the past year or so we've been through the process of editing and finding an illustrator.
I was asked to draw farts, which was amazing. I'm kind of just going to steal your words, Sarah, if that's okay. Yeah. Like, who often gets the opportunity to draw pictures of farts, robots, and all kinds of other crazy things.
A big thank you especially to the staff of Karori Library for their incredibly warm welcome. I have more thanks to say later to our publisher and our illustrator and our family. But this moment and being able to share this in our neighborhood with so many friends and in the very library that made Leela a reader, I mean, is really a dream that we didn't even dare to dream when we wrote it.
We've known Leela since she was a baby, and so to see now that she's a published author and we'll have her book in her library for people to borrow.
Leela and I will read the opening 2 sections to give you a flavor of the book, a non-smelly flavor of the book. And then Leela, Sasha and I will perform a small skit that's adapted from another scene in the book. The year is 2050. Most humans have an easy and convenient life. There are robots for almost every task. To make you a smoothie, take your avatar on a virtual reality tour if you want to go for a walk in any city in the world. And remember all your messages, conversations, videos, and photographs if you want a friend to talk to at any time that knows you really well. Many things have never been easier to do. Outside, it's a bit different. People live in tight clusters in 2050, close to areas where rain still falls and food can grow. A lot of land has been lost to desert or vanished under the sea. Seasons have become more extreme, which is why, for much of summer or winter, depending on where you are, it's not very pleasant to be outside. Instead, scientists and companies have focused on finding ways to make people more comfortable indoors, because that's where they spend almost all their time. This is the world of our story. Most people feel quite satisfied with their lives and believe it's the best they can have in the circumstances. Just a few don't fit in. But there is a solution for them as well. It's called the Bad Smell Hotel.
The problem was farting. The town of Aukwell, where our story is set, needed a place for a small number of people who had begun to fart too much. It was unstoppable. They couldn't control it. And when we say unstoppable, that is exactly what we mean. These weren't your run-of-the-mill, 1 or 2 rips at a time farts that stink up a room for like 30 seconds, and you can hold your breath or cover your nose until they're gone. That would have been fine. Okay, not fine, but bearable. No, these were one after another, serial farts. Tens, dozens, even 50 at a time. Yes, 50. Crackling out like a bunch of beginners playing wind instruments really badly, and a terrifyingly disgusting level of smell would build up into the room until Everybody had to rush out into open air in order to breathe, no matter the outside temperature. Then put on a smell protection headset indoors for the rest of the day. One of these headsets can cost up to $4,000, depending on the level of virtual reality technology you want and the quality of the air purifiers. So, imagine the surge in smell protection expenses if just one member suddenly becomes a super farter, which is one of the few words with super in it that isn't a good thing. And nothing seems to work as a cure. They've tried changing their diets and spending longer in the bathroom, often up to hours at a time. Doctors prescribe them all sorts of pills, but their number has steadily grown, creating difficulties for more and more families. Which is why, 6 years ago, when the mayor of Orkwell suggested moving all the farters to an abandoned bicycle factory just outside town, almost everyone agreed. The factory was tidied up, new walls were built in, as well as bathrooms and beds, all by robots, of course, and its new name made clear what it was going to be, the Bad Smell Hotel. Within a year, the idea was so successful that bad smell hotels had popped up in 11,392 cities around the world. But it all began here in Orkwell, Aotearoa.
And now we're going to do a small skit from one other scene in the book.
We are now in the auditorium of the Bad Smell Hotel. Just as he sits down, the music starts up and Aina appears, as if she'd been waiting for at least one person to come. Today she's wearing a navy tattoo and is doing ballet. Jerry is full of anticipation, except for one annoying issue. His smell protection headset is still freezing and totally fogged over. This is no way to watch a show. Jerry's first idea is to run all the way back to his room and turn on the live stream. But he wonders, would Aina continue to dance if the only person in the audience got up and left? How would that make her feel? Jerry looks around again to be sure no one else has come and makes a decision. He takes off his smell protection headset and puts it on the seat beside him. He'll put it on again as soon as it is returned to room temperature. In the meantime, Jerry reckons he's far enough away from the stage. One other person's smell plus his own shouldn't be unbearable in this vast hall. If it does get bad, he'll use a scented tissue. Jerry feels his trouser pocket. Yep, got him. And afterwards in his room, he can recover with a VR nature walk. Maybe send his avatar on a stroll with Comet through a flower garden in the Netherlands. Aina is totally into her dance and hasn't noticed what's going on. And soon Jerry too has forgotten about everything else. Aina is such a wonderful dancer and the music's so soothing that the headset, the tissues, the rules of the Bad Smell Hotel, everything slips from Jerry's mind. He's so happy to be watching her. He thinks that other people don't know what they're missing. It's not the same watching a hologram perform on top of your kitchen bench. After her bows, that he notices something weird.
Thank you. Oh, wow. That is so so special.